What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media Channel. This is your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, I'm going to show off some recent Scream Factory pickups. So I kind of sort of took part in the Shocktober sale. I say kind of sort of, which is available now on the Scream Factory website. It's going on until October the 15th. I can link it down below. But I say kind of sort of because Amazon was price matching a lot of these titles, and I got all of these releases through Amazon. Main reason for that is not that I don't like to support Scream Factory. I've definitely been critical of Scream Factory fairly recently. I just got a lot of Amazon gift cards for my birthday, and I decided to utilize those to get some of these Scream Factory titles. And you know, with Amazon, sometimes it's just easier. You get this stuff like next day sometimes. You don't have to worry about paying for shipping, things like that. So I just went Amazon for most of these. And I because these are like older past titles, didn't have to worry about them coming with slipcovers, damages, things like that. So again, I just went ahead and got them off of Amazon. But the Scream Factory Shocktober sale is available right now currently. And you can get on the Scream Factory website. I'll link it down below. It's going on until October the 15th. And I imagine that Amazon will keep up the price matching until then as well. I did link a lot of the Amazon stuff in my community tab for you guys just the other day, because I know there's other people like me that just feel like it's just easier sometimes to get this stuff off of Amazon. That's why Amazon's taken over the world, guys. We're part of the problem. I get it. But I've got 8 titles to show off. A lot of these are older Scream Factory titles that I've been holding off on buying for such a long time. Many of them just wouldn't get down to the price point I was comfortable paying for a Blu-ray. And to be honest, even now, they still weren't to the price point I was comfortable paying. I mean, I got a lot of these for $17.99 a piece, which to pay $17.99 for an older Blu-ray title that's not 4K from Scream Factory is just a little bit too much. But these titles just wouldn't budge. They were being very stubborn, and I don't know what it is. Maybe they're just not as plentiful as the other titles, but they never seem to go down in price, even in the sale. So I just kind of bit the bullet and got them. And I mean, look, if these get 4Ks at some point, because none of these that I got are on 4K, they're all still on Blu-ray. If they get 4Ks, you know, I'm just at this point, guys, I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting. Like, I just want to own these movies in the collection with the special features. If they get upgrades, it's not likely that they're going to have new features anyway. And a lot of these probably look fine on Blu-ray. Now, if there's one here, because I haven't seen all these movies, if there's one that I think will be a standout on 4K and it gets a 4K, you know, I'll do that upgrade. I'll adjust accordingly. You know, I'll get the upgrade if I feel like it's necessary to get. Otherwise, I'll probably be fine with having most of these on Blu-ray. But I'm taking way too long to get into this, guys. You all like my shirt? My goodness, it's very colorful. My sister got this for me for my birthday. It's like Michael Myers eating a bowl of knives and skulls and pumpkin cereal or something like that. But I don't usually wear stuff that's this bright. So yeah, let me know what you think of this shirt in the comment section below. Let me get into it, guys. We got 8 titles to show off. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. The first title that I got was Bordello of Blood, Tales from the Crypt. I loved this freaking movie when I was a kid. I watched it all the time. Like, I didn't grow up watching Lost Boys. I talked about this, I think, in a live stream the other night. I didn't grow up watching Lost Boys or Fright Night. I grew up watching From Dusk Till Dawn and Bordello of Blood. Like, those are my 2 vampire films when I was a kid. So I've always loved this movie, and I have been holding off on picking this up for such a long time. I was waiting for a while because I thought maybe they would upgrade Demon Knight and Bordello of Blood to 4K. They just haven't. And the prices, they never really go down to a good level for me to pay for these Blu-rays. And I think this one was even like $16.99. Now, Demon Knight I got for, I think, $13.99 earlier this year. But I was like, you know what? I got Demon Knight. I need Bordello of Blood. So I went ahead and got it. The artwork on this is crazy good. And yeah, I know I'm not going to get the slip covers, but it just kind of is what it is at this point, guys. Like I said, I just want these films in the collection. You got some nice disc art on the inside. And I think like these came out like right when I was getting into Scream Factory as a label. So I wasn't really buying a lot of what they were doing at that time, but I'm glad to finally have this. I'm looking forward to rewatching it because I have not seen it probably, I want to say, since the early 2000s. Like, I feel like I used to have this on DVD back in the day. But this poster is freaking iconic. It's so good. You got the Crypt Keeper kind of showing between the legs right there. Really awesome. And looks like you got a good amount of special features here. I can't imagine that Dennis Miller did any interviews on this, but I think, yeah, there's some interviews with Corey Feldman on here, which is pretty cool. Next one I think they just did a remake of this, but I got Witchboard. This was down to $9.99, so I just went ahead and jumped on it. And I haven't seen any of the Witchboard movies. I don't know how many of the Witchboard movies that there are, but I thought I would go ahead and grab this one and check it out. And I did not hear good things about the new one, but a lot of people, you know, recommended the older ones, that it was pretty solid. So don't know much about this movie, if I'm being honest. But you know, I just jump into these things sometimes, guys. Look at this. The cover art's great. You know, you got the back right there. And oh, this was directed by Kevin S. Tenney. I mean, I love Night of the Demons, so like I'll definitely check this out at some point. But this is one of the early, this has to be an early Scream Factory release because you got the Blu-ray and the DVD combo. A few of these are like this, like that actually. And you got some interior artwork, no reversible, but there is some interior artwork to show off there as well. So yeah, Blu-ray, DVD, very early Scream Factory title. I like the case. The case is solid Blu-ray case on this one as well. So yeah, Witchboard, I was happy to add to the collection. I'm really at this point right now. Honestly, I'm not trying to get a complete Scream Factory collection, but I really am trying to actively go back and collect a lot of those older Scream Factory titles that have not yet been upgraded to 4K. And yeah, I'm grabbing a lot of stuff that I've been wanting for quite some time. But again, I just haven't been willing to grab because the price hasn't been right. This is a big one right here. I've been wanting to watch this for quite some time. The Serpent and the Rainbow from Wes Craven. But this was one that the price would never go down, like below $19 or $20. And it was still $17.99 to get this, you know, sale price. But again, you know, I just wanted it. And I mean, to get a complete Scream Factory collection, guys, there's so much junk in there. There's so much stuff like the IFC films, and they just did a lot of like really schlocky horror films. But I am after a lot of these like old school collector's editions with good amounts of special features, because they did a lot of stuff that didn't have slipcovers even when it first came out. But a lot of these that I'm showing off did have slips when they first came out. But the artwork on this is freaking amazing. I love the artwork on it. And I believe this one has Bill Pullman in it. And there's a new audio commentary with actor Bill Pullman. There's also a new making of Serpent and the Rainbow, which is super awesome. I love the making ofs. So very happy to have this finally in the collection. I've actually got this on DVD. I found it at a Goodwill back in the day, but I still haven't watched the film. And then on the inside, you got some, I think that's the original poster. But we'll flip this around. You got the reversible on this one. And very excited to watch this one. So, I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, like to have the slipcover is nice, but at least like the additions are still cool. Like you still got the artwork, you still got the reversible. These still have all the special features. So they have all I really need, you know, for the releases. And I don't have all the slipcovers for all my Scream Factories anyway. So like, why am I so hung up on that? I'm not somebody that's like trying to be a completionist in that way. But yeah, very, very cool edition right here from Scream Factory, The Serpent and the Rainbow. Next up, this one was highly recommended to me by several people on my live stream the other night, Bad Moon. This is a werewolf movie, and I've never seen this one. And this one, 1996 is when this movie came out. So this was a 90s horror film. And I do think that this was not a collector's edition. I think it was just a regular Blu-ray edition from Scream Factory. So I don't know if it's going to have that reversible cover arts or not. But right there, really cool cover art. You got the wolf in the clouds and stuff. So that's pretty cool. You got some cool stuff on the back as well. And open it up. And yeah, you got the disc on the inside. And then you also got, that girl's familiar though. I know I've seen her in other stuff. Trying to see what her name is. Meryl Hemingway. What movie was she in that I would know her from? But yeah, you got some interior artwork right there. So yeah, Bad Moon. This one was like $10.99, I think. So it wasn't a bad price to get this. And I think all of these together Like after I used my gift cards and stuff for my birthday, because I got maybe like $50, $60 worth of gift cards. I think all of this was like $45 that I paid for to get all this. But the next one I got was Hell Nights with Linda Blair. This is one I've been wanting for a long time. Again, like these are ones that I always go over. I put in my cart in the sales and then I take them out because ultimately it's like $18, $19 for a Blu-ray. I'm not willing to pay it at that time. But now I'm just like, I'm going to do it. Screw it. Okay. But Hell Nights, let me know what you think about this one. I've heard good things about it. And it's got Linda Blair. And this would have been mid-80s this came out. I wonder if this is post Savage Streets. No, this is 1981. So this would have been like not fresh off The Exorcist, but a little bit fresher off The Exorcist than like Savage Streets was, which I think that was 1984 or 85. But Hell Nights, guys, it looks cool. I mean, the artwork on it is freaking sick. Killer artwork. But you got a good amount of special features on here. It looks like interviews, commentaries that include Linda Blair. And I'm pretty sure this is an early Scream Factory title because it's got the Blu-ray DVD combo as well. So you open it up and you got, I like how they have the different artwork on the Blu-ray and the DVD. Very awesome. You've also got some reversible artwork and a very cool edition, guys. So this was $17.99 to get this off of Amazon in the sale. So very cool. Excited to watch Hell Nights. And yeah, I think of all these, I've only seen one of them. I've only seen Portello of Blood. Next up, I got Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. I've been avoiding this one since it came out because I heard from several people. Like when I first got into this like Instagram, social media, YouTube space and started interacting with other people in the community, I heard from a lot of people that this movie was terrible and to stay away from it. Over the past few years, I feel like there's a lot more people that have come out in support of the film and have claimed to be big fans of it. And it is a Stephen King movie at the end of the day. Like I would like to own all of his movies at some point. I would love it if because they've done The Shining, you know, Scream Factory's done The Shining. They did, what other Stephen King movie did they do? I feel like recently there was another made for TV one that they did. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but you know, Thinner was not made for TV, but they have done Thinner recently. I would love it if they did the Tommyknockers, the made for TV Tommyknockers and the Langoliers. And I know the Langoliers is not a great film, but I remember watching both those movies on TV when I was a kid. And I would love it if they did nice editions of those. I would also love it like if they got the rights to do the miniseries of It. That would be awesome. That movie deserves some kind of boutique treatment. It really does. Whether it is, because that would be a Warner Brothers title, right? Like Arrow Video could do a freaking awesome box set for that as well. But we're talking about Sleepwalkers. It took me way too long to get the plastic off of that. The artwork on this is freaking amazing. Like they really did. And I think like Devin Whitehead, I think did a lot of these. And he was just like the king of this Scream Factory artwork back in the day from like 2016, 2017 to like 2020, 2021. Like he was doing a lot of this stuff. I think he's still working with Scream Factory, but like some of the artwork during this time, like, oh my God, it was so incredible. But you got new interviews on here, all kinds of good stuff it looks like. And this looks like a cat people type movie. I don't know if it's werewolves, but they look, yeah, I think it's like cat werewolves. So this would be like cat people or something. But you got the cats on the Blu-ray right there, which is cool. And Night Flyer would be very cool. That's Stephen King, right? If we could get, because I don't even know if that has a Blu-ray. So that would be cool if we get some kind of special edition for that. There has to be some kind of rights hang up with that. You would think somebody would have done Night Flyer. The original poster to Sleepwalkers is freaking cool too. And I love how they changed the color scheme when you reverse the artwork. That's always been a super, super cool feature from Scream Factory. But we've got two more. And this one was also like almost, I think 5 of these were $17.99. So pretty pricey for some of these. But the last one I got that was $17.99 is Return of the Living Dead 2. I love the first Return of the Living Dead, and I've seen the third one as well. Never have I seen part 2. Never have I seen part 2. So I've kind of been waiting for this one because I figured, okay, you did the original. The sequel is just around the corner. You'll do that one in 4K. Why wouldn't you? but they haven't done it. And it's been 4 years since they did Return of the Living Dead on 4K, maybe 3 years, but they've done like 3 or 4 4K Steelbook re-releases since then. And it's like, there has to be something going on with this, like rights issues maybe. I don't know. And that's the reason why we haven't gotten it in 4K. So anyways, I was just like, I'm tired of waiting. If they do this in 4K, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. I've heard this movie's not as good as the original, which the original is one of the best zombie movies ever made. So it's a pretty high bar to hit, but I have been wanting to see this one. The artwork on this one is freaking incredible as well. And this was directed by Ken Winderhorn. But right there, you got some features on the back. And yeah, so I think this has Tom Matthews in it too, though, as well. But this is a new 2K scan from the Inner Positive. You got a new audio commentary, new special features, new featurettes. So yeah, it looks like you got a lot of cool stuff with the Return of the Living Dead 2. And I mean, I've got the other two in the collection, the first one, the third one. I wanted the second one finally in the collection. So I just went ahead and got this one. $17.99. The poster for this movie is also freaking awesome. Like, that is so cool. Kind of reminds me of Fright Night a little bit. But yeah, the poster for that is awesome. And then you got some nice disc arts on the Blu-ray as well. So yeah, I'm good with the Blu-ray of Return of the Living Dead 2. Very cool. Happy to have it in the collection. Last up, guys, this was another one that cost, I think this was $9.99. This is The Final Terror. So this one I'm not too familiar with at all, but I did want to add it to the collection because it was pretty cheap. Again, $9.99 to get this one. There's a few other ones that were like that I may go back and get. I also, look, it's very possible I do just go on the Scream Factory website because there was some stuff that Amazon was not price matching, and maybe get a couple of the 4Ks and also get a couple more Blu-rays because this is a good time to stock up on these Scream Factory titles. But yeah, The Final Terror, you got the front, you got the back, and this one's got interviews and stuff. This had to have been a very early. This kind of looks like a war movie, almost like a Vietnam, like Southern Comfort type film, which I did not know that this was, but very cool. You got 2 discs in here. You got a Blu-ray, you got a DVD, and no reversible cover art, but you have interior artwork on this one. So yeah, The Final Terror, that is the final Scream Factory release that I got in the current recent sale. Right there, guys. Look at that. Look at that haul of Scream Factory. No slip covers, and I'm okay with it, okay? The Ken in 2025 is changing. He is evolving. Could you imagine me being okay with no slip covers in 2023? It wouldn't have happened, okay? I would have pitched a fit over no slip covers, but I'm cool with it now. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'll try to link, because I posted it in my community tab, so I'll link all the Scream Factory titles that are currently on sale on Amazon down below in the description if the sale's still going on. I'll also link the Shout Factory sale as well down below in the description, link directly to the Scream Factory website. So thank you all for watching again. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on bell notifications for our future videos, and we'll see you next time.